Hello, today I will be showing you how to make a spear out of a knife. Like say you got a broken knife. Ooh, I about fell. I'm going to show y'all how to make a spear out of it. Let me just show y'all right quick. Like I just have a rust bucket, bunch of scrap and stuff. A bunch of just junk I collect. I'll put one of them here. Remember I did. Probably Okay, so here's a knife I had that unfortunately broke. But instead of throwing it away, I just kept the blade and possibly the hilt. Not the hilt, but yeah, the hilt. So I'm going to turn these two things into a spear because I like the way the head looked and it kind of looks like a spear. So instead of just throwing it away, I'm going to turn it into a spear using natural materials. Okay guys, so what you want to look for is some kind of tree that's about 8 foot. I'll show you how to measure that in a minute. And about the size of a broomstick. So let me just cross this creek right quick and I'll show you, unless I drop my phone in the water. Okay, so here's the stick I selected. You want it to be about the size of a broomstick in width. Now, to tell for the thing, let me just try and set you up on a tree. Okay, so that's the best I can get it for now. I don't got no professional GoPro, I'm just using a basic tripod to mount you on a tree. So this will have to work for now. Let me get this thrown down my shoe. Okay, so what I'm going to be using is this to cut it down, but how to measure it is from the base of where you're going to use to your tippy toes. Like when you go fully to your tippy toes, that's about 8 foot of your 6 foot. Go like that. The tip of my fingertips, that's 8 foot. Now typically when you're making a spear, you want it to be at least your head or a little above it. That way when you're running, like if you're in any kind of survival situation, you want to have a weapon. So if you're running and you trip, you will be less likely to skewer yourself in the brain. Because one skewer from this, you're over. So now I'm going to chop this down. Now there's this method I use, or several people use. You get you a log or something, or a blade, a log and a blade. You attach it right here, and you just strike the blade. You're just going to hit the blade all around at an angle. Hit the blade. Hit the blade and just do that all around until you chop the tree down. Then once you get it good enough, you can just twist it. Okay, so I made it back to the crafting station with my stick. Now it's over 8 foot, I can go ahead and tell you that. But right here, you always want to cut a tree at the base whenever you cut one down to try and not waste as much as you can. And right here, I'm probably going to just cut this section off and use that for something else. So now from about here, then I'll measure again to there. I'll measure it and then I'll make a spear out of that end. Again, once you were selecting your stick, before you even cut down your stick or limb you're going to use for the spear, you want to go next to it if you're 6 foot or around that. About a good height for you. If you're like in a good open field where there's not a lot of obstacles, you want taller. Now to measure, oh well, that's actually perfect. You just go on your tippy toes and the highest you can reach, that's the mark you want, or close to it. In fact, I actually got that pretty close on the cutting without even measuring. So this is going to be the size of the spear. This end's most likely going to be my pointy end, so I'm going to clean that up. And since this is going to be like a flat end, you're going to clean that up as well. Okay, so there's several things you can do when you get to here. See how my blade thing is like that? It's like it wasn't really technically a full tang. It's hard to explain, I don't even know what to call that. But, so what I'm thinking about doing This could be wrong, but I'm probably going to take this, split this into 4 pieces, carve just a little bit out of the middle of each of those, put some kind of sap or resin in there that will harden. That way that acts as like a glue to hold it in place. And I'm even thinking about adding this little hilt to it. I may add this, but I may not. We'll just have to see. But I know I'm going to split this into 4 like this. Cut the middle out of each one. Little thing. So we're going to take this. And now where's something I could use? Here, give me a minute. I'm going to find me something I can use. Alright, I found me my trusty mallet I made. Ain't nothing too fancy, but it ought to do the job. Now we're going to try and hold... Nope, that ain't going to work. We're going to try and hold it up as safe as we can while showing the camera. Basically, you're going to line it up like this. You're just going to strike into it like this. You want to try and keep that as straight as you can. That should be good. Take it out. Place it right here. Okay, so now we got like a wedge kind of thing going on. So now, if we were to stick this in here, well, we're obviously going to have to go a little deeper. Just a little bit deeper. But just doing that, just keep doing that until it fits pretty nice on there. I'm thinking doing it at least to there. And try and attach the hilt to it. And then we'll just go from there and see how it works. Who knows, you might even be able to use this thread if you got one like that. Might even be able to just thread it in. But so we're just going to keep doing this. Now this may take you a couple of tries. You might mess up and it cut in the wrong spot. So just try and be as careful as you can when doing this, because it is so easy to mess the step up. But if you fail, that's okay. Not everybody's a winner, and failing's just part of life. Okay, so this is what the finished product looks like. Now, in another video, I'll show you how to tie it. I realized I probably should have showed y'all how to tie it on camera, but I didn't, so here's the finished product. So, I'll probably answer further questions. You just make comments on this, if anyone even sees this. Comment your questions, and I'll do my best to answer them with another video or just in the comments itself. This has been Mountain Mullet Man Hillis.